Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. I am Kate. This is your Friday Uplift Yoga, gentle yoga practice. Today's practice is going to be a yin yoga practice. It's very hot here right now. Don't want to encourage any more excessive sweating than we have to for the body. So we're going to do a yin yoga practice, which is staying in postures for 2 to 5 minutes per posture and allowing the connective tissue of the body to release and let go. And this practice is specifically aimed at stress relief. There's a lot going on in the world. There always is. You may have something in your own life that is weighing on you. So a stress relief practice is always appropriate, and especially now. So I invite you to go ahead and get any props that you have, blocks, bolsters, that might help you with your practice, support your practice today, blankets, and start out by finding your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. If you want to sit on a bolster or meditation cushion, just finding that comfortable seat, and we'll just take a moment to ground. So allowing the body to release any effort, release it into the earth. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel the sensation of gravity hugging you in. Notice the places where your body is in contact with the earth. Feel a sense of steadiness, ease, support. And just bring your awareness to your breath, noticing the flow of breath, noticing whether it's deep, shallow, whether it's fast, slow, whether it's smooth or jagged, and just observe without judgment, just noticing your breath. Notice how your breath is a reflection of your energetic state. And you may or may not try to change that breath, but it's okay, whatever it is. Bringing awareness to it is the practice. In yin yoga, there is no prescribed breath work, so you are just going to observe your breath throughout your whole practice, just allowing it to flow naturally, whatever its natural state today is. And just checking in with the mental state. If you like, you can close your eyes, kind of turn inward. Notice where the thoughts have been today. Notice the state of mind. Notice the quality of mind. Are you ruminating on something in the past? Are you projecting into the future, rushing ahead? Or are you kind of foggy? Or are your thoughts very clear and calm? Whatever the thoughts are, whatever the state of mind, just observe, take note. And then notice the emotional state, the temperature, the inner temperature of your mood, and what is affecting your mood today. Maybe it has something to do with something you heard or saw, felt, experienced. Just recognizing the mood of the moment, allowing whatever is to be. And set an intention for your practice. Whatever you are cultivating in your life, state it in the present tense as though it's already happening. And since this is a stress relief sequence, maybe your intention is something like, I move through my day with ease. I invite calm. Whatever your intention is, repeat it to yourself a few times, silently or out loud, as though you're planting that seed within yourself. So we'll just take a moment here to notice the breath and feel that intention flowing, inviting it in. feeling yourself as a part of the larger flow of the universe. And whatever's happening is just fine. It's what is happening. Just allowing. So we're going to start out in our first position, which is to sit back on the heels. And if you need a block or a cushion or something under the seat, you can go ahead and place that there. And once you arrive in the position, make yourself as comfortable as you can here without causing pain or strain. Get nice and tall through the crown, drop the shoulders. You might even roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Release the hands gently somewhere on the lap. Draw the head back in line with the spine and then drop the chin. And we're just going to notice the breath flowing in and out. And as we notice it flowing in, maybe feel, visualize, or imagine it streaming in from the crown of the head and kind of flowing down the whole spine. And then when it gets to the tail, wrapping around the front and moving up the front of the body and up and out through the crown. So without forcing, just feeling the breath flowing in through the crown and moving down the back of the body, wrapping around the tail. And then as you exhale, you're just watching that breath move up the front of the body and out the crown of the head. So we'll be here for a couple minutes, allowing your body to release into this, keeping the chin dropped. It might be, you might have a tendency to lift the chin as you're here, but keep the chin dropped, but head in line with the spine. Feeling that breath, allowing the connective tissues to open in the knees, the hips, the tops of the feet. You might notice where you're feeling this, and if it feels like it's causing too much stress or pain, then you can adjust your posture by raising the seat, putting something underneath your seat so that you're lifted a little higher and putting less pressure on the knees and hips. But a little bit of tension is okay. That's what yin yoga is about. It's about being in that comfortable edge of tension and being with it and letting go and telling your physical body that it's okay to open and let go. You're in a safe, supported space to feel this, to feel whatever is. As you're breathing and just feeling the breath without forcing. Maybe repeating your intention to yourself as you breathe. Maybe you're going with the flow. Maybe as you're breathing and feeling yourself going with the flow, you're noticing places in your body that are blocking that flow. Feeling a little bit of a spot there, a little dam of energy. And maybe as you bring your awareness to that place, you can allow it to release, allow it to flow a little more. So in yin yoga, we stay in the posture for a minimum of 2 minutes because that's how long it takes for our connective tissue to get the signal that it's okay to release. So you might find that when you've been in a posture for a while in yin yoga, you might be able to go a little deeper, or you might find a little more comfort in the pose as you stay there. So we'll be here for just a few more breaths. Noticing where the mind is, bringing it back to your intention whenever it wanders away. within the next few breaths, we're just going to come onto hands and knees. And if you have a block, you can move it away. And we're going to come to seated and come into cobbler's pose, which is feet together, knees out to the side. And the heels do not have to be super close in to the seat here. You can kind of make more like a diamond shape with the legs if you like. So finding that spot that feels appropriate for your legs and hips. And if you need, you can place blocks or bolsters or rolled up blankets under the knees to give you a little support, to allow you to open up a little more. So we're just going to be here, allowing the legs to release down, head in line with the rest of the spine, drop the chin, shoulders release, come back to your awareness of the breath flowing down the back of the body, up and out the front, initiating and exiting through the crown without forcing, and allowing the body to simply be at its comfortable edge. From here, you may want to gently tilt forward. And if you have a block or something to rest your head on, you can bring arms to that block and bring the head down. Or you can place the block on the feet and do a similar thing. So you can allow the spine to round here, draping the body down. The key is to find that place that's within your comfortable edge. And once you arrive, stay there. Find stillness. Allowing all the weight of the body to release into the earth. I'm using the block as a little support for my forehead, with that edge of the block right on the third eye, which sort of stimulates that chakra, that third eye center, that center of intuition and wisdom. And I'm just gently releasing my head onto that block, feeling that release in the hips, the lower back, following the breath. You might need to adjust if you find you've come in a little too deep. Come out a little, find that spot that's perfect for you right now, where you can be still, where you can let go. If you find that you've opened up a little after having been here, you may want to adjust, maybe come a little bit deeper into the pose if it feels appropriate for you. And then find stillness once again. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere. Scanning the head, the face, the neck, the jaw. Scanning through the shoulders and arms, the spine, pelvis and hips, legs, knees. Feeling a little bit of release wherever you notice that tension being held. Enjoying the sensation of not having to be or do anything but just release into the earth. And now, within the next few breaths, gently start to lift back up. Take your time. And we'll cross the legs into Sukhasana. And we're going to move into a seated twist. So turning to your left, twisting from the navel, left hand comes behind you and right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. And twist from the bottom up, staying nice and tall, eventually looking over that left shoulder. Finding your comfortable edge here. And coming back to your breath awareness, back to your intention. Feeling yourself in that flow, effortless and ease. Enjoying the sensation of allowing your connective tissue to open and release. Following the breath as it moves as though down through the crown, streaming down the back, and out up the front of the body and out the crown. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere, if your effort is a little too much. See what you can release while staying in this posture, finding your stillness. Might need to remind certain parts of the body to release as they want to tense up here. Just doing that little scan from head to toe, noticing places that are holding tension that you can give permission to let go. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, gently turn back to center and just take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides. Now for fun, let's just cross the legs the other way. Whatever the opposite is that you first did. And probably this way is the way that is a little less natural for you. Get nice and tall, and then we're going to twist from the navel to the right. Right hand comes behind, left hand to that right knee. Eventually turning the head to look over that right shoulder. And staying here in stillness at your comfortable edge with your breath. Feeling yourself in that gentle flow, effortless, smooth, easy. At one with the universe and whatever it intends for you today. Watching that breath flow in and out, effortless, just observing. We slow down the body, but the mind might keep running a mile a minute. So invite the mind to slow down as well by focusing on your intention, repeating that to yourself, following the breath, maybe visualizing, imagining it flowing down the back of the body and up and out the front of the body. Inviting the mind to move at the speed of the body right now. Being here now. In these few more breaths in this position, at your comfortable edge of tension. And then we'll gently unwind. And we'll just bring the hands back and feet about mat width apart, and just let the knees fall side to side. This is windshield wiper. Just a little reset after that twist. And now we'll move into another seated pose. So this one is fire log. So we start off with the left shin parallel to the front of your mat, and the left thigh kind of just going straight out from your hip. So you're making like a right angle here. I like to use a block for this if you don't have super open hips. You can place the block right in front of that left knee, and then the right foot can just rest on that block. If you have open hips, you could stack the right leg on top of the left, like firewood. So this is called fire log or square because you're making a square with the legs and the hips. So whichever version of this you're in, with the block or just on the leg, find that comfortable edge for yourself. Take a couple breaths here, just checking out to make sure that the legs are how you like. And then when you're ready, we'll fold forward again like we did in cobblers, using a block or something if you like to start out high, resting the head, staying within that comfortable edge, coming back to the breath awareness. Just allow yourself to be. No expectations, no forcing, just allowing the body to open up in its own time, starting out in an easy place where you can be still for a couple minutes. You allow yourself to be in that flow, just noticing what arises. And after you've been here for a little bit, you may feel like you need to move a little bit deeper or come out a little bit. And you can adjust mindfully, but then come back to stillness. Return to the present moment awareness of what is right now. Feeling the earth support you, that gentle release of tension in the physical body. the breath, moving down the back and up the front. And that eternal flow, just observing. Notice when the mind wanders. You can label that thought, whatever type of thought it is. Let it go. It'll come back if it wants to. It's okay. Just bring your awareness back to your intention, stating it in the present moment. It's already happening. You are already in the flow. Just a few more breaths here, enjoying this last bit of time. In this fire log position. Releasing any last bit of tension here. And then gently start to come back up. We'll do that windshield wiper with the legs again. So hands back, feet a little wider than hip width, and just sway back and forth. Little gentle release. The hips, a counter pose. And then when you're ready, right leg on the bottom, setting up like we did before, parallel to the front of the mat, making a right angle with that knee. And if you need the block in front of that knee so that the left leg can come on that block, or stacking the legs one on top of the other. So just allowing yourself to find that position here. Check out to make sure the legs are comfortable. And then when you're ready, we'll fold forward again, starting off in sort of a higher position so that you can allow the body to acclimate to this. Bring awareness back to the breath, watching it flow. Softening any tension in the face, the jaw, the neck, the arms, back and pelvis and hips and legs. Inviting that release, feeling the support of the earth. Showing your body it's okay to open and let go and stop clenching and stop holding. Notice your position and how it feels, and if you need any adjustment to it, you can mindfully adjust and then find stillness once again. Follow the breath. Return to your intention. I flow with ease, or whatever your intention is, stating it. It's already happening. Maybe this side feels different from the other side. Maybe it's a little more open. Maybe it's a little more tense. Staying within your comfortable range of motion. Find that place, that perfect spot for you for this side, where you're allowing a little deeper opening without pain or strain. Enjoying these last few breaths on this side. And then gently start to lift the head. Come up. Once again, windshield wiper the legs, moving mindfully and gently. Nothing is fast in yin yoga. We're just staying within the speed of yin, which is slow, feminine, dark, all of those qualities that are opposite of that solar fast energy. So now we're going to come onto the back, bring the heels in, fingertips where you could touch. And I highly encourage a block for this one. This one feels really good with a block. If you don't block, you don't need it, but it will be a little more effort to stay in your bridge. So we'll start by pressing into the soles of the feet and rolling the tail up. And if you have that block, slide the block right under so that it's supporting the pelvis, kind of between the sits bones and the lower back there. So you might need to find that spot that feels most supportive for you, so it's not too high up the back and causing pain there. And take your block to whatever height feels appropriate. And if you don't have the block, you can just flow in and out of bridge a few times and then stay. Or you can just be on your back with knees bent and let the knees come together to touch. So if you're on the block, release the weight of the body, the hips and pelvis onto that block and stay. Come back to your breath, whatever you are here. Noticing it flow in and out. Releasing the muscular effort that doesn't need to hold you up here. Return to your intention. This is particularly good if you have SI joint instability. It feels really good to be here for, even up to say 10 minutes or so. Just allowing that release of the lower back and pelvis. And if you're on the block, softening any effort in the legs, just really allowing the weight of the body to feel supported by that block. Watching the breath flow in through the back, out through the front. Finding a little bit more release wherever you can. Allowing those little blocks to let go, to smooth out the flow there. Now if you're on the block, gently press into the feet and let the hips peel up just high enough to release the block. And then we'll all roll back down. Now give the knees a hug. You can massage out the lower back, rocking a little side to side or making little circles. And just staying there in that knees hugged in position for a little while. You can take happy baby if you like by holding the feet and drawing the knees down toward the armpits. And then from here, we're just going to release into Shavasana. Extending the legs, let the toes fall outward. Arms at your sides, palms up, and the shoulders tuck in a little. If you like, and I encourage, placing something under the knees, maybe under the neck or the head, to allow yourself to have that support. Finding your most comfortable Shavasana. Maybe you want to cover up with a blanket or place an eye pillow over your eyes. So as you release there, just listen to the singing bowls, feeling the weight of the body, letting go into the support of the earth, softening the muscles of the forehead and the scalp, feeling that head and neck, eyes, cheeks, and jaw release. Let go of any effort there in the head, releasing into the neck, the back of the neck, the base of the throat, across the tops of the shoulders and the armpits, and the upper back and the upper arms. Releasing any tension in the elbows, the hands and wrists. Moving into the feeling some movement in fingers and toes, arms and legs. Eventually, a long full body stretch. Deep inhale, hug the knees. Roll to one side, coming into fetal position, and spend a couple of breaths there. No rush. Allowing yourself to gently come out of your Shavasana. And then finally making your way to a comfortable seat once again. Eyes closed, hands on the knees, dignified posture. Feeling the breath. I'm closing today with a poem by Mary Oliver, a very familiar poem. But I will recite it slowly so you have time to really take in every line and feel it resonating within you. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Taking a moment here to just check in again with the physical body, noticing the effects of your practice on your physical body, on your mental state, on your mood, on your energetic state. Give yourself a little gratitude for taking time for your practice today, especially this slow practice that's not that easy to commit to. And we'll inhale the arms up and overhead. So you're gathering all that energy around you, and exhale, hands to heart. Close with one round of Om. Inhale. Om. Acknowledging the divine mystery in everyone and everything, especially yourself. Namaste.